So, good morning, everyone. Here we are going to talk about grade 9 AI curriculum. So, I'm opening this Facilitator's Handbook, which CBSE has released for grade 9. Just give me a short moment. So, the students who have opted for artificial intelligence, they can listen to this lecture till the end without skipping any part, and please call the other students also of your class so that they can also enjoy this free artificial intelligence online class which I am shooting right now live on YouTube. Okay, so this is the facilitators handbook which CBSE has released. Let me see if I can share this with you guys. Okay, there's no option present over here, but you can easily find it on Google. Right? How you can find it on Google? Let me help you with that also. So you can simply type AI grade 9 CBSE. Okay, and it will redirect you to this web page where right on the top you will see the hyperlink through which you can get yourself redirected to this PDF file which CBSE has released, in which all the content of grade 9's artificial intelligence is given. Right. So what you can do when you will be preparing for your artificial intelligence exam, so you can refer to this PDF file. So you don't have to go to any other website, or you don't have to refer to any other book of artificial intelligence. Whatever your teacher has taught you in the class and whatever is given in this artificial intelligence book, you can get 25 out of 25 right from this content. Okay, so there is no requirement of going to any other website or referring to any other book of artificial intelligence. So the first thing I would like to tell you is what is artificial intelligence? So basically, it's a combination of machine learning, right, and human intelligence, right? So mimic human behavior, right, or it is able to think intelligently like a human. So this is what artificial intelligence is all about. It's a combination of machine learning and human intelligence which can help a machine to behave like a human, to think like a human, and to mimic human behavior. Right, so this is how you can define artificial intelligence. Let's move forward. So you do not have to do any of these things. Just directly come on page number 14, I think. Yeah. So from here, your unit 1 begins. And let me show you what all things you have to prepare for your term 1 exam. So this is the PDF file which CBSE has released, in which the bifurcation of syllabus for grade 9 and 10 is given. So because we are discussing today grade 9 syllabus, so I would like to tell you about the chapters which you guys have to prepare if you are in grade 9 for your term 1 exam. So for term 1, you'll have to prepare these first 3 units of employability skills. Basically, the syllabus is divided into 2 parts. Part A is based on employability skills, and part B is based on subject specific skills. Right. So for this employability skills in term 1, these 3 units are going to come. And in this part B, from this part B, you'll have to prepare these 2 units. Okay. Okay. I hope I'm live right now. Let me just check it once. Okay, I think it's perfectly fine now. I am live, and if you have any queries related to anything, you can please put your queries in the comment section. Cover the topics of Unit 2, which is based on AI project cycle. Fine. Okay, so this is your Unit 1. So artificial computer science, which can help you analyzing the data which is present in the form of numbers. Okay. Similarly, if you talk about computer vision, so if you have data in the form of images with you, so as you guys know very well, images are made up of different kind of pixels, right? So what you can do, you can simply use computer vision techniques for analyzing the image based data. If you have data in the form of speech, right, or and you want to convert it into text, or you have the data in the form of text and you want to convert it in the form of speech, so how you will do it? You can make use of NLP techniques. The full form of NLP is natural language processing. So that is how you can divide AI. You can classify AI into three broad domains, and these are the names of those three broad domains. Okay, let's now come down and see what do we have here in this PDF file. And I would like to increase the size of it a little bit. Yeah. So there is what we call it. There is an activity given to us over here. So we have to design a smart home based on whatever things we would like to have in our home to make it more smarter. We can uh, put that we can put that into this floor diagram over here. Fine. So that's the activity. So you can make use of things like Google Alexa. You can make use of things like something which things which doesn't require human intervention. You can have some robots kind of things also here and there, right? So you have to design your smart home. Now how you can do that? So you'll have to come down here, and there are two links given in this PDF file. If you will come down, you'll find both the links over here on this page. Where is that page? Just a second. Yeah, that's these are the two links, right? So you can just check out these videos in order to know what all things can come in smart home and what all things can you use for making your home more smarter and making the cities more smart, right? So just check out the videos. Some questions based on the content given in the videos may also come in your term exam. Fine, let me just go back on this page number 18. Okay, so when you will come on this page number 18, there are three links given to us over here. So this is a link for this rock paper scissor game. This is a link for the mystery animal, and this one is for the emoji scavenger hunt. So when you will open this link, it will redirect you to a web page where you can play this rock paper scissors game. So just play these three games and just try to find out on which domain, to which domains of AI these three games belongs to. For example, if we talk about emoji scavenger hunt, in this what happens, if we as soon as you will hit the link, what will happen, your camera will get on, and whatever object you will bring in front of the camera, this scavenger hunt will be able to tell you what exactly that object is, to which category that object belongs to. For example, if I will bring this thing in front of my camera, so what will happen, it will tell us that it is a kind of cuboid, right? It will be able to tell us that it's a kind of box or wrapper, right? So it belongs to which category? It belongs to computer vision, right? Because it is processing the images. So that is the reason we can say that it is based on the computer vision technique. Similarly, if you will play this game, you will be able to come to know about that this is based on data science techniques. Data science tools have been used for creating this game, right? So that is how questions based on this may come in your exam. So please play these games, and you can check out the information over here in this paragraph also. So everything related to these three games is given in this paragraph. See, Emoji Scavenger Hunt, a game based on computer vision where the machine initiates the game by showing an emoji. Okay, so just go through the information properly, go through each and every line properly. You will be able to score 25 out of 25 marks in your AI. Okay, I haven't told you about the division of marks, right? How are you going to, what is going to be the format of the paper? Let me show you that also. After that, we'll be discussing the remaining topics of Unit 1, and thereafter, we'll proceed to the topics of Unit 2. Okay, so for grade 9, the question paper is going to be of 25 marks. So from this part A, which is based on your employability skills, you will get there are three units you have to prepare, as you know very well. So from this first unit, you will get two questions. From the second unit, you will get two questions, and from third one also, you will get two questions. So in total, you will get six questions from this part A based on employability skills, and each question is going to be of 1 marks. Out of these six questions, you will be asked to attempt any five. Fine. Then we have this part B, which is based on your subject specific skills. So for this, you'll have to prepare the first two units. Now, from this introduction to artificial intelligence, 13 questions will come. And from this second unit, 14 questions will come. In total, there are going to be 27 questions in your exam from this part B, right? And out of these 27 questions, you will be asked to attempt 20 questions. So you can leave 7, right? It's a very good choice that you will be getting in your exam. And each question is going to be of 1 marks, right? So that is the reason, it's very easy to score 25 out of 25 in AI. Okay, let's come back. So then we have some questions over here based on the three games we just talked about, right? And they are very simple questions. You can attempt them very easily. So there are some MCQ based questions given to us over here. Let's attempt two of these MCQ based questions. Let's go with this one first. What does NLP stand for in AI? So NLP stands for natural language processing. See, so this type of question you are going to get in your exam. It's not going to be a tough exam at all. If you have prepared everything well, if you have read each and every line properly, which is given in this PDF file, you will be fine. Uh, then let's try this one. This question number 6. This is a program that allows the computer to simulate conversation with a human being. So speech application, program interface, no. Chatbot, voice recognition, speech recognition. So here, simulate conversation. So it's a type of conversation. Okay, so I think it should be chatbot, right? Because chatbot is a kind of program which is defined on a particular platform, which is there live 24 by 7, which helps the person who visits that platform on which the chatbot is there with all his or her queries, right? So we can get into a conversation also. We can get into a conversation also with the chatbot. So I think chatbot is the correct option. So for 6, B option is the correct one. So that is how you can find out the correct option. And remember one thing, whenever you are attempting MCQs, don't try to find out the correct one. Always try to find out the most relevant one. It may be possible that you may come across questions for which you will find all the given four options correct. Okay, so in that case, what you'll do, you'll have to find out the most relevant and the most appropriate option. Fine, try read the questions thoroughly. If the question is not clear to you, in one reading, you can read it twice or thrice. You will be given ample amount of time. There will be 90 minutes, which will be given to you, and in 90 minutes, you'll have to attempt 33 questions, not 33, sorry, no, 25 questions. So 25 questions in 90 minutes. It is definitely very easy. Okay, let's now come down and see what else do we have here. So there are some activities, right? So just go through these activities, and in case you want me to discuss something with you or to tell you something about these activities, please let me know about this. Okay, let me just refresh this screen. So then we have uh, this story speaker thing. So you can create your own story, and there is a device called Google Home. I don't know whether you have heard about it or not. So there is a device called Google Home in which you can feed the story you have written, and what it will do, it will convert everything into speech. So it will convert everything into speech, whatever you will feed into it, and you will be able to hear the whole story from the Google Home speakers, from the Google Home inbuilt speakers. Then. So that is what. Yeah. So it's story speaker. Okay. And no coding is required for it. There is a very simple extension kind of thing which you can add to your this Mozilla Firefox or Chrome, whatever browser you. Okay, so I'm there again. So that's the story I was talking about. So what you can do, you can simply edit this story, right? And you can just download the template and feed it into that Google Home. And once you're done with exporting and importing this code, this whole text into the Google Home, it will convert everything into the speech form, and you will be able to hear the story then. Fine. Okay, let's go back on that PDF file. Just give me a short moment. I think I'm going to take some time for this. Yeah. So we were on page number. So we talked about this Google speaker, story speaker, right? Okay, let's come down, and then we have this sustainable development goals. So basically, I hope you guys know about sustainable development goals. There are 17 sustainable development goals. Fine. Now, how you can find the information for these 17 sustainable development goals? This is very important. So, uh, you'll not find much information about these sustainable development goals in this PDF file. So, you can come here on Google and search for sustainable development goals. So, here you will find all the information on this website undp.org. What you have to do, you'll have to learn all the 17 goals, fine, and just go through the information given to us over here on this website. So if you want to read about no poverty, suppose what all things comes under this goal, so you just go through this information which is present over here. Similarly, if you want to check the zero hunger goal, you want to check the information about this zero hunger goal, simply click this and it will open for you a web page where you can find all the information related to this zero hunger, and we have everything related to all the goals, all the 17 sustainable development goals on this website. So let me just share the link of this website in the chat. Okay, I've shared the link in the chat. There you guys can copy the link from there. Okay, I'm not able to share it because the word limit, there is some word limit. Really sorry, but you can yourself find it out. The name of the website, let me just share the name of the website with you. No problem. So it is undp.org. I think I'll be able to share it with you. Yeah, fine. What else do we have? Let's check it out. So this is basically for grade 9 and grade 8 and also for grade 10. Who The students who have opted for artificial intelligence. Right, the lecture which I am shooting right now live, it's for grade 9, 8 and 10 who have opted for artificial intelligence. Then the next topic is possibilities. So what are the different AI possibilities and what all sectors are we using artificial intelligence today? So we are using it in healthcare industry, we are using it in security, we are using it in education industry, agricultural industry, entertainment industry. So in all these industries, we are using AI things, right? This is what AI possibilities refers to. Everything should be clear to you. Remember this thing. I hope everything is going fine. Yeah. Let me check the queries also if I have any queries over here in the chat box. Okay. Hello, Shekhar, Arti Singh. Hello, Gaming World. May I know your name, please? Swayam Balaji Yadav. Hello, dear. I hope you're doing great. Dub Hero. Can you please provide me a name, dear? Zishan Mursalim. Hello, dear. I hope you are enjoying this lecture. Please share this video with your colleagues also so that they can also come and learn about artificial intelligence. Definitely, it is going to give them a lot of benefits. Okay, then we have AI ethics. So, whether the machine which we have developed, is it ethical or not? So that's what comes in this AI ethics, whether it is for the mankind or whether it is against the mankind, whether that machine is going to destroy the mankind or whether it is going to give a lot of benefits to the mankind. So this is what AI ethics is all about. A machine is ethical if it is for the mankind, right? If it is against the mankind or if it is causing some destruction, then we'll have to discard that machine. Fine. Okay. Let's now come down and there is again a link of a video given to us over here. Please do check out this link. Fine. Then we have this balloon debate. Please go through this information. Questions based on this may also come in your exam. So this is what we have in this unit 1. That's it. Fine. Nothing else. This is the only thing we have in unit 1. There are some topics like AI ethics and AI bias, AI access, which have not been explained properly in this PDF file. So for that, I've created a PowerPoint presentation, which I would like to show to you guys. Just hold on for a moment. Because there are questions which are based on AI ethics and AI bias. We have in the sample paper which CBSE has released. So we are going to talk about the questions which are there in the sample paper later on once we are done with covering all the topics of the first 2 units of your subject specific skills. So AI ethics, what are AI ethics? So they refer to moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. This is what ethics is, right? And so ethics, if you need to have principles, you need to be honest, you need to have that power of taking responsibilities, Then you need to know how to make correct decisions. So all these things comes under this ethics. Fine. From this ethics only, this term AI ethics have been derived. Okay, so ethics is defined as the moral principles governing the behavior or actions of an individual or a group. So, what is the machine which we have developed is what all predictions it has made, whether the predictions are correct or not. The predictions which the machine has made are those predictions correct or not? What about the end outcomes? Are the result good? Are they are going to benefit the human beings or not? Fine. Then impact on humans. Fine. What is the impact of the prediction and the outcomes the machine has given on the human beings? So is it a negative impact, or the human beings were benefited by the predictions made by the machine and the outcomes given by the machine? Right. So if it is a positive change, then the machine is ethical. Otherwise, it is not ethical. We'll have to discard it. Then what else we have? We have bias. Right. There is a thing called AI bias. Now, bias is a phenomenon that occurs when an algorithm produces results that are discriminatory due to the built-in biases created by the program. Right. For example, if you will visit a website and there is a chatbot over there, so you will hear him telling you things in the form of speech, but you will hear a female voice right in the background. Likewise, in the Google Maps also we have female voice, right? Female voice have been used in Google Maps. Then there are many other chatbots, many other bots, many other artificially intelligent bots that have been developed in which we have used, female voices, but we haven't made use of male voices. So it's called gender bias, right? The developer who has developed the program or the software, he has a gender bias. So we can say that, or the person who has trained the machine, he has a gender bias and he's biased. So that is the reason we the person who is using his product is able to feel that biased factor. Okay, so nowadays, what the developer has started doing, they have started giving. They have now what the new developers are doing after creating the artificial intelligence machine. They provide the user with two drop downs. So one with the male option and the other one with the option female. So if the person want to hear these things in the male voice, he can select male. If the person who is using the product of the programmer wants to hear everything in a female voice, so he can select female option. So that's how this gender bias uh, we can remove. And then we have privacy. So there is a thing called AI access. I don't know whether you know about it or not, but that is also a part of your syllabus. So in AI access, what happens that the moment, let me just explain it to you with the help of an example. Suppose you download an application. So the moment you open that application after installing it on your device, it asks you for certain permission. It asks you to give it certain permission. For example, allow access to your microphone, allow access to your phone's photo gallery, something like this. Messages like this comes, and there are two options: okay, yes, and no. So the moment you hit that yes button, what happens? Whatever the data you have on your mobile devices, it automatically gets access. The developer of that application which you have downloaded and installed on your device, he gains the access of the data you have on your device, and he then he can do whatever he want to with the data you have on your device then. So make sure that you are not giving your data's access to any other person. So there are some examples given to us over here on the slides, which shows that these bots and these artificially intelligent machine that have been prepared are not ethical. So there was some time back, before COVID. So Amazon developed an automated hiring tool. Okay, so what it did, uh, it used to go through all the resumes of all the people who used to upload their resumes on the Amazon's website, and then he used to give preference to the male candidates only. So if suppose there are 10,000 people who have registered their resumes on Amazon's website, so out of those 10,000, Amazon will select. Amazon has selected 8,000 people, suppose. So out of those 8,000 selected candidates, 6,000 are male and remaining 2,000 are female. So this is again a case of gender bias. Here, you must have heard about this Uber's self-driving car hit case, where it killed a woman because it was not able to identify that woman. Maybe the computer vision algorithm, which was fed to this machine, which was fed to this, car, was not working properly or has stopped working properly. That is the reason this accident happened, and it is also the case of ethical bias, or you can say it's not, you know, it is not following the ethical rules. So that is the reason this Uber's car was discarded, and right now the developers of this car are modifying the algorithms which they have fed to this machine for training it. Fine. Then AI ethical objectives. So these are the various AI ethical objectives. So this is what I wanted to discuss with you guys. Right. Let's come back. Any queries? Anything for grade 7? Yes, artificial intelligence is for all the grades, dude. Whether you talk about grade 7, grade 6, grade 4, or grade 5, if you want to learn artificial intelligence, yes, you can take help of this video which I'm shooting right now, and after that I'm going to tell you practically how you can experience artificial intelligence practically, how you can experience NLP, data science, computer vision practically, but we'll go step by step. Fine. So this is what grade 9 students have to do in unit 1. Then we have unit 2, which is based on AI project cycle. So you guys know very well that AI project cycle has 5 different stages. So that's the first stage, problem scoping, in which the person who is developing an artificially intelligent machine has to scope the problem, has to identify the problem for which he want to build the artificially intelligent machine to solve the problem which he want to solve, with the help of the artificially intelligent machine he is developing. Right. So problem scoping comes first, then comes data acquisition. After problem scoping, the person has to acquire the data. Fine. So he takes into consideration different sources. He visits different sources like internet, right? He do web scraping, he can use sensors, etc., for acquiring the data. After acquiring the data, he explores it. What happens in data exploration? The data which we acquire in this data acquisition phase, it's in bulk and it's very large. The data is very huge, right? In terms of quantity. So in order to visualize it, we need some graphs kind of thing, with the help of which we can check the data properly, because it is not possible for a human being to manually check such a such big data which we acquire in data acquisition. Manually it is not possible for a human being to do that. So that's the reason we require graph kind of things, we require charts kind of things for analyzing the data. And that's what we do in data exploration. We convert all the data in the form of chart, and then we visualize the data, then we analyze it. After exploring the data, we do modeling. We create algorithms with the help of which we understand the data, or we can create algorithms with the help of which we can train the artificially intelligent machine that we are developing. And once we are done with creating the algorithm, now that is our artificial intelligence product. After that, we put it into the environment for which we have prepared it, in which the problem exists, and then we evaluate that artificially intelligent machine. Right. It may be possible that in modeling stage we may come up with three or four algorithms, with three or four different algorithms. We put all the algorithms in the evaluation stage, right, in that environment in which the problem exists, the problem which we have scoped here, right, which we have identified in this first stage. And then we evaluate the performances of all the algorithms we have developed in this modeling stage. Now, based on that performance, we decide that which AI product is suitable for providing the solution to the people who are facing this problem. Fine. So that's what we do in AI project cycle. Now let's come down and see what all things do we have here in this unit 2, in this PDF file CBSE has released for grade 9. So there is a case study given to us over here in this on this page 54. Now, what is this case study? What does this case study says? So there is some Mr. X who want to steal a diamond kept in a museum. Right now, you have been appointed as a chief security officer, and your job is to enhance the security of the diamond to make the area impossible for Mr. X to break into and steal the diamond. So this is the scenario which is given to us. Now we'll have to first find out the problem here. What is the problem? Problem is that we are the chief security officer, and as a chief security officer, we'll have to now develop a highly secure system which can help us in protecting this diamond from Mr. X. So the objective is we have to develop a highly secure system, right? Intelligence system which can help us in protecting this diamond from Mr. X. This is our problem. Fine. So we are done with this first stage. Now in the second stage, what we have to do, we have to start acquiring the information. So what has been done here, we a scenario has been taken here, and based on this scenario now, all the 5 stages which are given to us over here have been explained. This is what the writer has done here. So after this, what we will do, we will acquire the information. Now how we'll acquire the information, we'll acquire them in the forms of photographs. So we will get as a chief security officer, I will get the photographs of all the unauthorized people. I will get the photographs of all the authorized people, all the photographs of the premises in which the diamond has been kept, photographs of all the visitors also I will collect, right? So this is what will happen in this data acquisition stage. After that, data exploration will take place. So data exploration is basically refers to the process of converting the data into graphs and charts, with the help of which the visualization can become more easy, right? Then we have this modeling stage, in which what happens, we uh, try to create algorithms with the help of which we can you know train our machine Then we have evaluation stage in which we evaluate the performance of our machine. So once the artificially intelligent secure system is developed, we are done with developing a highly secure surveillance system. We will put it in the premises and then we will check then we will evaluate its performance. Fine. If Mr. X will become successful in breaking through the door and stealing the diamond, it means that our surveillance system is not good. So we'll discard it. And if he will not be able to do that, then it means that surveillance system is perfectly fine. We can use it. So that's how that these are the five stages we'll have to take into consideration while developing an intelligent machine for a particular problem. Okay, then here also now in this 2.1 problem scoping is being done. So now here what happened, we took into consideration a simple scenario for understanding the various things that happens in these five stages. Now we are going to learn some more things about the five stages of AI project cycle. So let's come on this 2.1, which is problem scoping. So you can find everything here, whatever we do in problem scoping. So basically, if these are some of the fields, these are some of the themes you have been given, and you are asked to select a theme of your choice, right? So you can select any theme from here. Suppose you selected this environment, or you selected this digital literacy, suppose, or entertainment. Fine. So based on this, now you will find out the various problems the various people are facing. Suppose you selected digital literacy. So there are topics like online learning platforms, digital awareness, ebooks that you can select, and now you can try to find out the problems related to these things. Fine. So this is what happens in problem scoping basically. So then comes this 4W problem canvas tool. Once you are done with selecting the theme, and then you are done with selecting the topic, which belongs to the theme you have selected, which belongs to the category of the theme you have selected. And for that topic, there are four or five different problems. So you decided to go for, suppose, the third problem, and you decided to create an artificially intelligent machine for providing the solution of the third problem. Fine. So you are done with now scoping the problem. The objective is clear to you. Now what you have to do, you'll have to apply this 4W's problem canvas tool on the problem you have scoped. Now what happens in this 4W canvas tool? There are these four parameters, information related to which you have to find it out in this 4W problem canvas. So who here refers to the stakeholders who are actually facing the problem. Suppose you have been given this problem, like, let's take into consideration the first example with which we under with which I made you understand the various stages of AI project cycle. So it was Mr. X. There's a person, Mr. X, who want to steal the diamond kept in a museum. Right. So objective, what is your objective? Your objective is to develop a highly secure surveillance system which you can use for protecting the diamond from Mr. X. Now, who all are the people who are getting affected by the problem you have scoped? So it is the diamond owner, it is the museum owner who is going to get affected by the problem you have scoped. It is it is you who will get affected by the problem, right? Because you'll have to now collect the data. You'll have to build a highly secure surveillance system on your own. Fine. So you'll have to mention the names of all those stakeholders, the people who are getting affected by the problem you have scoped here for this who parameter. Then comes what. for what you'll have to mention things which can prove that the problem you have scoped is actually a problem. Fine, that's what you have to mention here for this what parameter. For this where you'll have to mention all the sources of the problem. Fine, and for this why finally you'll have to mention the reason why the solution you will come up with is going to benefit the stakeholders. So these things you'll have to mention for this why parameter. Fine, so you can find all the theoretical things over here, but if you are suppose there's a problem given to you, and based on that you have to write about these four parameters. So simply just go the way I have told you. Suppose there is a problem given to you and you have been asked to apply this 4W canvas tool on that problem and find out the things related to these four parameters. So for who, what you will do, you will find out the names of all the people who are getting affected by the problem, right, which have been stated, and then you will put the names of all the people over here for this who parameter. You do not have to write this thing for who. Remember this thing, it's for your knowledge. What you have to put here, you have to put the names of all the stakeholders. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that you have to put this statement for this who parameter. Fine. Likewise, for this what, you'll have to put all the evidences with the help of which you can tell the people that the problem you have scoped is actually a problem. For this where, you have to put the names of all the sources where the problem exists, and then for this why the solution you are going to provide is going to help the stakeholders. Then whatever information you have provided here in this paragraph forms, if you want to put it in a tabular form, you can make use of problem statement template. So it looks something like this. So in this very first paragraph, you can put all the things you have, you have put in this paragraph for this who parameter. Whatever you have put here for this who parameter, you can put the same thing here in this second box for this who parameter. Then this second box is for the second row is for the what parameter. For this where, you can put the context or the situation or the sources of the problem, and then for this why, so you can put everything whatever you have put in the paragraph form for that why parameter. So basically, it's a tabular representation of the data you have put here in this paragraph forms for all these four parameters. Fine. Any questions, any queries? Let's come back. After this, we have data acquisition. Now, what happens in data acquisition? We first find out the parameters on which the problem depends. Suppose you want to create a artificially intelligent machine with the help of which you can predict the salary of an employee, suppose. So what all data features are going to affect the problem directly or indirectly? So it will be there, it will be your bonus the company gives the employee, increment the person receives every year or every month, right? Then what is the salary of the employee? So these are the parameters which will affect the problem directly or indirectly, and these parameters are also known as data features. Remember this thing, because a question on this may also come in your board exam, right? And the paper is going to be MCQ based. Fine, so don't worry about that whether there are going to be subjective types also or not. Everything is going to be objective type. All the questions will be of MCQ types only. Remember this thing. Okay, after identifying all the parameters, what you will do, you will, just a second, let me first tell you. So what you have to exactly do in data acquisition. what we exactly do in data acquisition. Suppose you are making a artificial intelligent machine for water cycles. So you will take into consideration all these parameters, all these data features, right, on which water cycle depends directly or indirectly, and then you will create a system map. This is called a system map. What is a system map? The diagrammatic representation of a diagrammatic representation which tells us about the relationship between the different data features we have identified in the data acquisition stage. So these are the 8 data features we identified for this water cycle, right? And now we have, with the help of the system map, we are telling the relationship between these data features to our users. So this snow is directly related to rivers, right? Because if the snow will increase, automatically the water in the rivers will also increase. That is the reason we have related it directly. How can I say that I've related it directly? Because I've used a positive sign here. If suppose the snow increases and water in the rivers decreases, so we can put negative sign here for showing this inverse relationship. Remember this thing. That is how you have to relate two parameters with each other. Then if suppose you have to relate this animals with clouds, then you'll have to use a bigger arrow. Why? Because uh, the change is going to take place, the change will happen, will take place, the change will take a lot of time, right? It will take a lot of time for the change to take place. How this animals is related to clouds? Animals liberate gases, different kind of gases. So all the gases will finally convert into clouds, but it will take a lot of time. Fine. So that is the reason we have used a bigger arrow here. Now here we have used smaller arrow. Here also the arrow is very small. Why? Because the change will take place quickly. Immediately the change will take place. That is the reason the length of the arrow is a bit small. Okay, so this is all about system map. Once you are done with identifying all the data features, then you use all these sources for collecting the data related to the data features you have identified. So you can use surveys, you can do some surveys, you can use web scraping. Web scraping refers to gathering data from the internet. So you can use all these tools for gathering the data. Fine, for all the parameters you have acquired. Now, if you want to make the system map, right, if you want to practice making system maps, you can use this loopy tool. So let me just do one thing. Let me show you how you can use this loopy tool. So we'll have to access it. It's an online tool, right, which is open source and free of cost. So you can use it for designing different kind of system maps. So this is how the web page of Loopy tool website looks like. So try out Loopy, you can click, and immediately it will redirect you to this web page. Now there is an existing system map which we are able to see here. Let me do one thing. Let me just eliminate this existing system map so I can select this feature and I can simply delete this node. Fine, and let's now replace it with snow. Suppose I want to have a node with for rivers. How will I create it? So I can simply create a circle and it will get converted into a perfect circle automatically like this. Now here I can fill in the name of the other, what we call it, data feature. And then if you want me to relate this snow, sorry, it should be rivers, right? Now in order to relate this snow to this rivers, I can simply put an arrow like this. Fine. And if you want to inversely, if you want to show an inverse relation, you can click this, and from here you can select negative sign. If you want to select a positive relation, you can hit this one. Now if you want to draw some more data features, some more circles, so you can do it like this. See, So it's very simple to draw data features. If you want to select a different color, you can go ahead and create a circle of a different color. You can select the colors from here. So that is how you can increase the fill color area. Fine. I hope it is clear to all of you. If you have any queries, please go ahead and put it in the chat box. I am there to help you guys out. Fine. So that is how you can use the system map. Let's come down. What else do we have in this PDF? Okay, after system map comes this data exploration. So there are various types of graphs which you can use for uh, representing the data in a graphical form. So that's the website. It's the link of the website given to us over here where you can find all the types of graphs you can use for visualizing the data. Let me just show you the website. So this is the website, and these are all the graphs you can use for visualizing the data. Fine. Now, if you want me to show it to you through coding, so how I will do it? It's not a part of your syllabus. Let me tell you that coding is not there in grade 9 or grade 10. Fine. But just to tell you how you can take a practical feel, how you can feel these things practically, I'm telling you about this code. So just give me a moment. So there is this code which I have written over here. And now, there is this data in the form of numbers, which I want to process, and I want to represent this data in the form of a graph. So if I will run this code, so this is what I am going to get. So there are number of graphs you can create with the help of simple Python codes. Fine, and the package we can use for creating these graphs or for converting the data from one form into the graphical form is matplot library. So this is how you can visualize the data in the form of graphs. If I will hit this cross button, so this is another graph. This is known as bar graph. Then we have this histograms with the help of which we can again visualize the data. We have this scatter plot, right? Then we have this area plot with the help of which we can visualize the data in the form of graphs. We have pie chart, right? Likewise, if you want to have this sine and cos waves for visualizing your data, you can, create these kind of graphs also. Fine. So it's very easy, right? And whatever you are learning, try to experience everything practically. From the exam point of view, this theory is enough, right? This theory is more than enough. So you can go through this theoretical part, which is given in the CBSE's Facilitators Handbook for getting 25 out of 25 in your AI. But if you want to experience AI practically, you need to know about Python codes. Fine. I just showed you an example. With the help of this Python codes, you can practically experience the NLP techniques also. You can practically experience the computer vision technique also. Let me just show one example to you guys. So suppose you want to analyze the data which is in the form of images with you. So how you will do it? You can use just a second, I'm trying to find out that file. I think I'll not be able to show it to you. Why? Because I'm already using my camera for this streaming. So I will show it to you on some other day, no problem. So after this data exploration, what else do we have? We have this modeling. Right now, modeling is for designing the model, right? Or you can say for designing the algorithms which we can use for our artificial intelligent machine, for making our machine artificially intelligent. Now, there are three things: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So, if you have a machine with you and you are making its brain, so making its brain means you are creating these algorithms so that you can feed these algorithms, you can feed these programming codes in that machine, and you can make it capable enough that it can think, right? It can analyze things. So that those things comes under the category of deep learning. After creating the machine, when you put it in an environment where there is data which you want the machine to analyze, right? So what you are doing machine learning. So machine is learning now with its experience, with the decision with it which it is making itself, right? There is no human intervention at that point. There's no human intervention required. Machine will learn itself with its experience. Then artificial intelligence. So it's the technique that enables computers to mimic human intelligence. Fine. So you can find all the information here. Then modeling can be categorized into two different categories: learning based, rule based. In rule based, what happens? We have certain rules, right? Which we feed to the machine along with the data we have acquired in the data acquisition stage. So we have the data, we have the rules, we put them together and we feed to the machine. We feed it, we feed all the things to the machine. Now, what are these rules here? If you, I don't know whether you know about if control statement or not, but these if control statements which I've used here in this code are the rules. These are known as rules. The conditions you want the machine to analyze, on the basis of which you want the machine to analyze the data you are feeding it. So those are known as rules. So this is what happens in this rule based approach. You have the rules with you, you have the data with you, you put all of them together and you feed everything to the machine. So there is this example which is given to us over here. We have some labeled data with us, right? So we have some apples, we have some bananas, and all are labeled. Labels are, these. These are labels. Apple, apple, apple. These are labels. So it's a rule-based approach works on labeled data. Remember this thing. So you are using this labeled data, and then you are training your machine, right, on the basis of this labeled data, with the help of this labeled data. And there are some rules you have fed to this machine. Now using these rules, it will analyze this labeled data. After training this machine, what you are doing, you are testing it. So you keep this an apple in front of this machine, and if it identifies it correctly, if it classifies it correctly, it means that the machine is properly trained. Otherwise it is not properly trained, or else there is some issue in the data you have fed to the machine. So this is what happens in rule based AI. And in learning based AI, what happens? We don't have any rules. See, the only thing we have is the unlabeled data. Suppose you have 100 dogs in your locality, so it is not possible for you, and you have been asked to classify them, right? So it is not possible for you to classify them simply. Why? Because the data is so big. The data set is very large. So what you will do, you will take the snapshot of all the 100 dogs. You'll put all the 100 dogs together and you'll take a snap of all the dogs, and then you'll feed this unlabeled data to this artificially intelligent machine, which already has an algorithm with the help of which it can process this image in which all the what we call it 100 dogs are there, 100 dogs images are there. Fine. So it will use computer vision algorithm. We know that very well. Why? Because we are feeding this image based data to this artificial intelligent machine. So now, based using this algorithm, it will now classify these objects which are present in this image. So this is what happens in your learning based approach. Fine. Then there is this decision tree. So decision tree is something like this. We start with the root node and then we further bifurcate it. You know, this root node represents a type of query. Am I hungry? If it is true, then we'll go to this. If it is not true, then we will end. Right? Then if it is true, if this thing is true, then we'll check for this thing. Have I 20? I have $25 or not? So if this condition is true, we'll go to the restaurant. If this condition is false, we'll buy a burger. So these are the decisions which are being taken based on these conditions which are given to us. So decision tree is based on some given condition. There are some conditions. Now based on those conditions, you have to find out the decisions. You have to make some decision. Right. Let me give you an example with the help of which you can practically, you can relate yourself with this decision tree. So there is, I hope you all must have internet connection at your home. So if it doesn't work, suppose, so what you will do, you will call the customer care executive. Suppose you're using an Airtel connection or Idea connection and you dial 198 to reach to that customer care executive to tell him or her about your problem. So what that phone will do, it will redirect you to an IVR, an automated machine, which will give you some options. Press 1 for doing this. Press 2 for doing this. Press 3 for doing this. The moment you press 3, what happens? It further gives you some it further gives you some options. Press 1 to talk to our customer care executive. Press 2 to know about your bills. Press 3 to go back to the main menu. Something like this happens. So this is decision tree. Right, this is decision tree. Based on the conditions, the tree gets further bifurcated and then we take some decisions. Okay, after this we have this data set over here. Now there is this question and you have to draw a decision tree based on the data given to us over here in this tabular form. So where can you find the answer of this question? Let me tell you that because it is important. You need to know the answer of this question. So you can just check out the answer here. Elephant decision tree CBSE grade 9. Come on images and you can find the decision tree here for this question given to us over here in this facilitator's handbook. Now, if you want to learn how you can create this decision tree, then you need to know about ID3 algorithm or CART algorithm. These are two different types of algorithm with the help of which you can create a decision tree like this for this kind of data set. Right, because if you're creating a decision tree, you need to know about the thing you need to put in this root node and how you can find out the thing you need to put in the root node using this ID3 algorithm and CART algorithm, which is not a part of your syllabus. But if you want to know about it, you can find it. You can find the relevant information on Google or on YouTube. There are various videos which you can find on YouTube. Okay, then we have this Pixelate activity with the help of which you can find out how a computer analyzes the image based data. Right, if you have the data in the form of images with you, and you want a machine to process it. So how a machine will processes an image based data, if you want to know about it, you can do this Pixelate activity on your own. And there is a video also on YouTube which you can go through, in which this whole Pixelate activity has been explained in brief. So question based on this may also come in your exam. If you want me to show you that video in which the Pixelate activity has been explained properly, so let me just help you with that too. So you can put Pixelate activity grade 9 here in the search box, and this is the video which you can see. So you'll find you'll come to know exactly what happens in Pixelate activity, how a computer analyzes the pixels in order to and convert it into the form of numbers, and then analyzes the pixels, because each and every image is made up of different pixels, number of pixels, right? And it is not possible for a machine to analyze those pixels, to read those pixels, because machine is capable of understanding only machine level language. So it has to first convert the pixel based information into the numerical format. It processes the numbers and then it converts them back into the pixel form. So all these things you can understand with the help of, just visit this video, right? You will be able to know about what all things happen in this Pixelate activity. So this is it. That's what you have to prepare for your term 1 exam, right? Now let me just show you some questions so that you know you can come to know about what all things, what type of questions you can get in your final exams. So, sorry, board exams. So this section B is based on, this is a sample paper which CBSE has released, and you can find it easily on the internet. So section B is based on your artificial intelligence. Fine. And the first unit is introduction to AI, and the second one is AI project cycle. So you will get all the questions here in this section B based on the topics which are there in the unit 1 and unit 2 of part B, based on your subject specific skills. So let's just check out this question number 7 first. So statement 1 says AI is getting integrated into our lives seamlessly. Okay, it is true, right? Often we do not even realize that we are using AI. It is also true. I gave you the example of decision tree, right? So if you are using, if you want to complain, if you want to register a complaint for your debit card or credit card or your internet connection, so what happens, you'll have to dial a number, you'll have to dial a toll-free number, and you get redirected to a automated machine which is based on decision tree algorithm. So we don't realize it most of the times that we are using AI, but actually there are many things which are AI based, which we use day to day in our day to day life. So this statement 2 is also correct. So we can say that both the statements are correct. So this option C is correct, right? IoT is abbreviated as Internet of Things. It's very easy. Okay, let's check out this question number 10. An application lets you search what you see, get things done faster, and understand world around you using just your camera or a photo. Which domain does this app belongs to? So here, you know, we have to find out the name of that technique, which with the help of which we can process image based data, right? So it is computer vision, of course. It is also very easy. So you'll get such type of questions in your exam. They will be, you'll find them very easy if you will go through everything whatever is given in the facilitator's handbook. However, if you will leave many things, if you will not go through everything, definitely you are going to find the questions very hard. A web-based software that is used to create interactive stories in choose your own adventure format is, so chatbot is not the one. Jupyter Notebook is a coding platform. This is not the correct answer. Internet Explorer is a type of browser. So the correct answer is Inkle Writer. right? Ankle writer is the correct answer. That's how you can find out the correct answer. If you don't know what this thing is, if you don't know about this ankle writer, so the one way you can find the correct answer for these type of questions is you can just check out whether these are relevant to this question or not. And based on this, you can decide which is the correct option. The dash sustainable development goals. So in total, there are 17 sustainable development goals. So either A is right or C is right. Now out of these two, we'll have to find out the correct answer. In the year dash, so they were formed in the year 2015 and they were forming the dash agenda. So 2030 agenda. So for this question number 13, option A of this question is correct. Okay, let's come on this one. When you search for doctor on a search website, the results for doctor images might mostly come up with a male, whereas for nurse, most results would be female. What does this depict? Of course, gender bias. So, these types of questions are going to come and you will enjoy these questions definitely. Fine, and you're going to get 90 minutes for attempting 25 questions. Then we have this section C, which is based on competency based questions. There are 7 questions, out of which we have to attempt 5. Right, let's try this first one. So with so many people using electricity on daily basis, whether it is to charge, the question is looking a bit complex, right? Because the number of lines here are definitely more than the number of lines which we were having here in these questions. But remember one thing, every question is very simple. Every question which you will get in your exam is going to be very simple. If you get, when you are attempting these competency based questions, read the question thoroughly. Understand the meaning of the question. In case you're not able to do it in one go, try it out another time. Try to read the question second time or or thrice, or you can do it 4 times, no problem. But make sure that before you select the options, you select any one option out of these 4 given to you, you have understood the question properly. You have read the question properly. You have understood the question properly. The manufacturing of plastic is not exactly eco-friendly. With the help from modern technology, Elif discovered a way. So this is the name of a person. So he discovered a way to help curb our plastic problem. She used banana peels. So this girl used banana peels as a main ingredient to make bioplastics. So which of the sustainability development goal does this scenario relate to? It relates to affordable and clean energy, right? It's very easy. So if you have understood the meaning of these questions, definitely you will be able to find out the correct answers. Otherwise, it is going to be a little bit tough for you. Fine. Okay, let's come on this one. While designing a surveillance system for the premises where a costly diamond was to be kept for exhibition, we do the following tasks. So we do these things, right? Now, in which stage of AI project cycle all these things happen? So they happen in, we do these things in which stage? In data acquisition stage, right? Because in modeling, we create a model or algorithm. Then in data exploration, we explore the data, we visualize the data in the form of image. In problem scoping stage, we scope the problem. We find out the objective of the artificially intelligent machine we are developing. So data acquisition is the correct answer. So these type of easy questions you will get in your final board exam. Fine. So this is it from my side. Let me just see if I have any queries to answer. Not able to see any queries over here. Checking out my YouTube channel. Maybe I'll get something on the channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lecture a lot. In case you want me to help you guys with something else, please do let me know about the same. Do share your queries with me, and if you have any other idea in your mind, please do let me know about the same, right? So that I can help you guys with the tutorials based on those things also. Thank you very much for being there with me in this tutorial. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye and take care.